Shalom, shalom, Israel. We the Hebrew Israelite, all right? We coming out week in and week out to bring out the beautiful gospel, okay, of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, okay? And we come down as well to chant down Babylon. And what do we mean by chanting down Babylon? First is like actually speaking against this establishment, this wicked kingdom. And second, it's about, straightening out every wicked ways. You got Christianity, Greco-Roman Christianity that, got our people messed up. So we're coming out to really make them understand what the true doctrine is, man. The real doctrine, all right? So but before I start talking, we will turn to the east and we'll give praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Yahweh, Rakah, Kadash, all right? Double honor to the apostle, okay, of GMS, Great Millstones. You know why I always, send them the double honors. Like they say, give people the flower while they're alive. You're going to wait till they're dead and then you're going to say, oh, they were a good one. They told others truth and that. Okay? So right as they leave, okay, we give them the flowers. All right? So double honors to those who taught us. Okay? And then peace salutation to the brothers who are in the law, bringing that real gospel, without compromising, our real uncut, no sugar coating, okay? The truth, all right? And then, shalom wahab to the brothers and the sisters, okay, who are in this truth and who are persevering, because you know that this truth comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but as you know how God himself is long-suffering, okay? Now, last week, unfortunately, as you can see, I'm only with my brother, Mayam, okay? There's one missing. Why? Because in this truth, the Bible said that man's going out of the Lord, right? So the brother, which is Yaquab, I'll say his name, he was with me doing the work. This is the brother that, when I was with the brother, Abadiah, he used to come with the other brother, Manuala. So even the name that he has, I give him the name. And I try to build the brother because I'm thinking, brother come, we gotta build him. That's the way my spirit works, okay? So I think I'm a builder. But, one thing led to another. On Saturday, he came with one of his friends. He has a friend that come here from time to time. But the friend, I don't know about his spirit. Anyway, he was there. And we finished the teaching. So, how I build brothers. So I let him do his teaching so he can grow as a teacher. Because I saw in him that he has potential as being a teacher, right? So while he's teaching, he said something that prompted me to talk about reincarnation. But then I could see the reaction that they both had. So I asked them, after we finished, they asked me, do you believe in reincarnation? No, the guy, his friend said, oh, so you believe in reincarnation? I said, of course, I believe in reincarnation. Then I turned immediately to Jacob and I said, don't you believe in reincarnation? And he said, no, I don't believe in reincarnation. And my heart dropped because I'm thinking that the whole time I'm teaching with the brother, but I'm not aware that the brother don't believe in reincarnation. And sound doctrine is important, man. Sound doctrine is very important. Okay? So now, today, because of Mayam as well, Mayam is a young brother. He's a baby in this truth. And I wanna take the opportunity. Honestly, the Bible says that unless two agree, they cannot walk together. And it's not even that, because at the end of the day, if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay not to know because they're here to grow. But it's the attitude, the spirit that came. Now I don't know if it's because he was a friend, but he had a different energy that I didn't like. So I told him, this spirit, I don't like it. So we're gonna have a problem. Because it's gonna create, a contention, and it's not good, man. All right? So I told the brother, listen, unfortunately, we're gonna have to carry on without you. Because if you came and you say, bro, you know what? Give me some time so I can get my head around it. That's humility. I would have said, no problem, let's work it out. But he was telling me about, he gave me, you know, Wisdom of Solomon 2, right? And 5. And as we break it down, you will see how having understanding, all right, is important. Because when I read it from the top, when you read it from the top, you realize that Wisdom Solomon 2 is talking about those who don't believe in Yahweh. So King Solomon was speaking as someone that don't believe in Yahweh, how they see life after you die. You probably didn't even read the first verse. If you read the first verse, you would have understood what 5 was talking about. Right? Then before we start, my brother, get Proverbs 4. You're going to do a lot of reading today. That will sharpen you. I will read as well because I have to help you. But you have a good voice, you can read, so let's go. You know, let's go to war, man. The warriors. So, Proverbs 4 and 7. Proverbs 4 and 7.
This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7.
Bring that out.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
Wisdom is the principal thing. So that means in whatever you're doing in life, you gotta gain wisdom, man. Because wisdom allows you to move better, to make good decisions and better decisions in life in general. Carry on.
Therefore, get wisdom.
Therefore, get wisdom. Carry on.
And with all that getting, get understanding.
And with all that getting, get understanding. So that means, you know, in this truth, you gotta have understanding, man. In this truth, if you don't have understanding, you will err at some point. And that's what happened to the young brother. And I hope that he repents. I hope he's able, okay, to have understanding. Now, jump to Proverbs 3, go back one chapter backward and go to Proverbs 3 and 13, man. Understanding is key. The comprehension, like they say in French, is key, man. Some brothers don't have it in this truth. They should pray that the Most I give it to them, man. Okay, let's go.
This is Proverbs chapter 3,
right,
verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Right,
happy is the man that findeth wisdom. So when you find those truths, you should be happy because you're blessed. The Most High, you know, blessed you, you know, by giving you, by opening your eyes for you to be able to see this truth. Carry on.
And the man that getteth understanding.
Right, and the man that getteth understanding, man. So you can have the truth, you can be in the truth, but not understand the truth. So that's how you err, and that's how you come with different doctrines, and you end up not having sound doctrine, man. And it's a sad thing. Okay? You can know about history, you can be a good teacher, but if you don't have understanding, it will be difficult for you. Because anybody can come and lie to you, man. Or you're going to read the Bible and not understanding it. So what we're going to do today, all right, to the Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we will explain reincarnation, which is regeneration. Okay? Now, reincarnation, okay, it's not necessarily like the Indian people say, or the Hindu says, you know, you can come back as a cow. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, man. Because the Bible says that the spirit of when the animal dies, his spirit goes down. He has a life force that don't go to the heavens.
Man's spirit goes up. Man's
spirit goes up, and exactly animal spirit goes down. So how can a man that has a spirit come back as a cow? All right, it don't make sense. But we're gonna break it down today, man. All right. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Okay. So it's a very long teaching. We're gonna try to go faster. Okay. So we're gonna go to Ecclesiastes. Go. Ecclesiastes. That's in the Bible. That's no. I'm gonna have to bring your apocrypha. Bear with me.
Oh, for the Bible.
No. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Go in the Bible. But I say I'm gonna have to give you because you don't have your apocrypha.
No.
I'm gonna have to get you one, bro. So hold on to that. Hold on to that, my love. Hold on to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. Right. So let's go to Ecclesiastes, my love. Ecclesiastes, like Ecclesiastes 1. Let's read it 3 and 4.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, read it slow. Let's go.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1.
Right.
Verse what?
Verse 3 to 4.
Verse 3. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun?
Right.
Verse 4. One generation passeth away,
Right.
and another generation cometh.
Right. One generation passeth away, and another generation passeth away. So if you don't understand the literature of the Bible, it will mean for you like someone dies, goes, and the next man come. But actually, right. But now talks about it. As we read, you're gonna understand. Talks about the cycle. Like everything recycles. Everything is a cycle. Everything comes back. Even water, the way it moves like cycle, like a cycle, like a round, like that, right? And nature itself teaches us about reincarnation. We'll go slowly but surely into it, right? So now, let's read Psalm 115 and 16 quickly.
Yeah, I didn't finish before though.
Oh, Salakia Malak.
Cool. But the earth abideth forever.
But the earth abideth forever, man. So if the earth abideth forever, that means there's the continuous flow of people. You know, it's like a recycle. They go, they come, they go, they come. But as we go into the verse 6 of Ecclesiastes 1, you probably will understand. Okay? Now go to Psalm 115 and 6, man. Let's see what he says.
This is Psalms chapter 115, verse 6. They have ears, but they hear not.
Right.
Noses have they, but they smell not.
Right.
Verse 7. They have hands.
16, 16.
Oh,
Psalm 15, Psalm 115, 115 and 16.
Oh, 16. Salaki. This is Psalms chapter 115, verse 16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth hath he given to the children of men.
Right, so on earth, that's where we're going to abide forever, man. We go, we come back. We go, we come back. Like it's like a cycle. All right? Now, go to Ecclesiastes 1 and 5. Okay? Ecclesiastes 1 and 5, man. We're going to go slowly, we're going to get there. This is work. You know, but we're going to be paid when the time comes. So we're not doing it in vain, but we have to do it nicely. Okay?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 5.
Right.
The sun also ariseth,
The sun also ariseth,
and the sun goes down,
and the sun goes down, carry on,
and hasteth to his place
and hasteth to his place
where he arose.
where he rose. So you see, the cycle. He go up, he goes down.
Yeah.
He come back again, up,
Yeah.
he goes down. You've got the clock. Clock goes like that all the time.
Yeah.
Count, go, count, go. The cycle of life. See, we gotta understand that first to understand reincarnation. You gotta look at, you know, the nature and know how the nature operates to understand reincarnation. Okay? The sun goes up, it goes down, and come back. Up, it goes down, and come back. Okay? So you see, the Most High did everything intertwined in that code where when you understand it, you understand everything else. Okay? The Most High doesn't do A and put B. When you put A here, you put A1 and you put AB so they can connect. So nature connects with us. So the way nature was made, that's how we are made. The principle in which nature, strive is the principle in which we live and we strive. Okay? Now, like I said, we're gonna have a lot of reading. What are you? Was it Ecclesiastes 1 and 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go now quickly jump to the Apocrypha? We're gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
Today is your terrain. But you fine with that. First Ezra, like the first Ezra, that's the one right there. First Ezra 4 and 34. First Ezra 4. That's it. Is that 4? Yeah, 34.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come.
First Ezra chapter 4, Verse 34.
Bring that out.
O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth.
Great is the earth.
High is the heaven.
High is the, and that's that. See, that's just quickly. When he say, "Oh, you men, I'm not woman strong," and he said, "Great is the earth," he talks about the woman being the earth.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the woman represent the seed taker. She take the seed just like you plant seed on earth. Carry on.
Swift is the sun.
Swift is the sun
in his course.
in his course.
For he compasseth
For he compasseth
the heavens round about.
the heavens round about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes round. Yeah.
And fetcheth his course again.
And so that means he goes again, he does the same thing again, day in, day out.
Yeah.
The sun will go up, the sun will go down. The sun will go up, the same sun will go up and it goes down. So you got that cycle of 360 degrees, like I say. See, that cycle of life. He goes, he come back. He goes, he come back. See how nature already teaches us in a way, you know, how we operate our souls and spirit, okay? That's nice. Now, yeah, finish it, Malak, finish it. I'm getting excited, that's why.
And fetcheth his course again.
Right.
To his own place in one day.
In one what?
Day.
In one day. So it goes to show that, you see, the cycle of life, right?
Yeah.
Now, get your phone, all right? Your electrical or electronic phone, and go to 7, Wisdom of Solomon. Actually, it's in the focus on
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. 17 to 18. Wisdom of Solomon 7, 17 to 18. We're going to bring the word, we're going to bring the knowledge. Okay? Carry on.
The after message. The after message.
Yeah, hold on, sir. I'm supposed to help you. That's it. Wisdom of 7.
What chapter?
7 and 17, man. Right there, you have to keep going on the back. 7 to 17. Got it, right?
Yeah.
Read that. Bring that out.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7,
Right.
verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are,
Right.
namely,
Right.
to know how the word was made.
To know how. So Solomon knew how the world was made. So when you read Ecclesiastes,
So the world,
he's telling you the world was made.
Yeah.
So when you read Ecclesiastes, he's the one that giving you game about how nature moves, the cycle, you know, that represent the nature. Nature moving cycle, man. You know, carry on.
And the operation of the element.
And the operation of the element, carry on. Verse 18.
Verse 18. The beginning,
Right.
ending,
Ending
and the midst
and the midst, yeah,
of the time,
of the time,
the alteration
the alteration
of the turning of the sun.
of the turning of the sound, man. Of the what? The turning of the sound. Yeah, carry on.
And the change of seasons.
And the changes of season. That's it, that's it. So you see that Solomon was given the knowledge of these things, man. Just through Solomon, we'll be able to understand what reincarnation is, slowly but surely. Just like in school, we got introduction, we got the meat of whatever lesson it is, and the conclusion. So we have to take time. We are the teachers, man. We have to do it properly. So I'm building it up right now. Building it up, you know. We're gonna get there. So now, Malak, go to Ecclesiastes again, first chapter, and we're gonna read 6 and 7. Okay?
Okay.
We're gonna read 6 and 7, man.
That's Ecclesiastes chapter 1,
Right.
verse 6. The wind goeth toward the south,
Right. The wind goeth toward the south, carry on.
and turneth about unto the north,
And turneth about up to the north, carry on.
and whirleth about continually.
Right, carry on.
And the wind returneth again according to his circuit.
Right, so it goes like, according to what circle?
To his circuit.
Now, what is the circle? It's
Like a round.
It's around like that. It goes like that. See?
yeah.
So even the wind move in circles. It move like that. Okay? Like a cycle. You know?
That's it, circuit.
South, north, south, north, south, north. See? He goes up, he comes back from where he came, and he goes again. Come from where he came. Nature do teach us how this system operate, man. Okay? And we'll be able to understand reincarnation better once we start to talk. So where are we now? Verse 6?
Verse 7.
Right, verse 7.
All the rivers run into the sea.
You see, all the rivers run into the sea, yeah?
Yet the sea is not full.
Yeah, the sea is not full, okay?
Unto the place from whence the rivers come.
To the place from whence the river come, yeah?
Thither they return again.
And then they return, so it goes into the sea, come back in the river, goes into the sea, come back in the river. So the water does the same thing as well.
Exactly.
If you look at water, it moves like that.
Flows.
It flows like that. It flows in cycle, okay? And that cycle represents the eternal beginning and end, going to one place, coming back to the same place, going to one place, coming back to the same place, okay? And that's how our lives are manufactured and set up, man. Okay? So we were made with what? With nature, right? Right. So that's nature. So we are one with nature. So the same way nature operates, the same way we operate too. Do you understand that? That's just understanding. That's what I read earlier, Proverbs 4 and 3, about getting the understanding. You need to understand, man. Otherwise you're gonna err. Okay? Now, let us go to Ecclesiastes 1 and 9.
Okay. Just Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9.
Bring it out.
The thing that has been,
right? The things that have been, yeah, is
that
right?
which shall be.
That which, so the thing that has been. When you do your literature, has been belong to the past.
Awesome.
So he said the thing that has been, meaning the thing that was in the past, in the past, is the one that should come again. But we're gonna explain what the thing means anyway. After that, carry on.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
And which is done is that which shall be done. Meaning, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you see right here today, the people that you see, they used to be back then. And we're going to prove that the thing that Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 speaks about, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 speaks about, is man. And you're going to go to Ecclesiastes 6 and 10, the 6th chapter. Oh, you haven't finished? Bring that out, bring that out.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Right.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
You see that? And there's no new thing under the sun. So what is that thing? What is that thing? And remember this, the cycle. Remember the cycle of the wind. Remember the cycle of the water. Okay? Remember the cycle of the sun. Alright? And then put your mind into that reincarnation or into how man operates. Okay? When he say the things that has been is the thing that will be. Alright? We're talking about people that come, people that was, coming back again. Go to Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. Okay? Bring that out. You get it now, yeah? You get it bit.
Get it.
That's the fun. You need that foundation first before we carry on. So yeah.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 6, chapter verse 10.
Right.
That which have been is named already.
That which shall be is what?
Named already.
It's named already. So the Most High already, we know what it was. Okay, carry on. We know what it is. Carry on.
And it is known that it is man.
And it is known that it is what? Man. So the things that's been is what? Man. Alright? Yeah. So just like the sun goes up and goes down, coming back, just like the wind goes to the north and come back to the south, just like the water goes from the river to the sea and come back to the river, that's how man come back.
Yeah.
Goes back to where it came from. And where he came from? The heaven, the Shemayim. Because the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 12 that when a man dies, where does he go? Where does his spirit goes? So your spirit go up and it come back where? We're going to show where it is now. We're going to show where it is now. Okay? So now go to Ecclesiastes. Okay, finish that and then, go to Ecclesiastes 3. And we're going to understand that.
Okay, so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 6 verse 10.
Right.
That which hath been is verse 10. That which have been is named already.
Right, it's named already. Carry on.
It is known that it is man.
It is known that it's man. So that thing that come back, come back is man. So in other words, man come, die, come back again. Yeah. The same people die, come back, reincarnation.
Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he.
Right. Okay. So now go to Ecclesiastes 3. Okay. Go to Ecclesiastes 3 and let's read 15 and 16. Okay. So we're gonna understand. When they go up, when are they coming back? Where do they come back? When the man goes to the spiritual realm, where do they come back? Carry on.
Okay, verse 15, huh? Yes. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which has been is now.
So that which has been is now, carry on.
And that which is to be hath already been.
Yeah, and that which has been, and we know that thing, that which has been is men. Alright? So men that been before, that were living before in past time, in ancient time, they're back here today. Alright? Carry on.
And God require, and Yahweh require that which is past.
Right, so the Most High require that which is past, meaning like He will always bring those who were in the past, He will bring them to the present. So they will come back. They will go and come back. They will go and come back. And mind you, this is just the beginning of our lesson. Alright? So don't even worry. By the time we finish it, you have an understanding. And the Most High will put more and more and more on you, man. Okay? Right, so you read 16, carry read 16 now?
Verse 16.
Right?
And moreover, I say under the sun.
Moreover, I say under the sun.
The place of judgment.
The place of what?
Judgment.
Place of judgment. So that's where the judgment takes place, man. Yes, because when you die, let me read you something. Stay here. And let me show you why it's only on earth that you suffer. We'll go to Job. I'll read that quickly. We're going to make like a little mixing gumbo pop, a little jollof, some mix, yeah? Right. Is it nice? Alright, so John, Job 3, we're going to start 11. I'll read it quickly. And he says, why died that not from the womb? So that's Job suffering to the point where he say, why didn't I die in the womb of my mom, man? Okay, he said, why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? He said, why did I not die when my mom birthed me? Okay, verse 12, he said, why did the knees prevent me, and why the breast that I should suck? Okay, for now should I have lain still and been quiet. So when you die, you're peace and peace, man, quiet. And I should have slept. Then had I been at rest. See, when you die, you are at rest. There's no judgment in the heavenly realm. This is where you rest. Okay? And he said, with kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate place for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as an hidden, untimely birth, I had not been as infant which never saw light. Verse 17, there the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary are at rest, or be at rest. Verse 18, there the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressors. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So when you die, that's why they say rest in peace. So but now the place of judgment, the place where you leave your judgment. So now if someone is born, why will he be judged if you're born and there's nothing? If you were born and there's nothing, you came, you're pure, you never do, you're not wicked. Why will a child be born blind? Why will a baby be born crippled? Because he's living his judgment on earth. So read verse 16 again.
Let's go. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment.
Right.
The wickedness was there.
Right.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right. So this is our judgment. On earth, you come and you get judgment. Alright? On earth, you come and we get judgment. We're going to understand that, man. Why? What's happening actually? We're going to understand the process. Okay? But we already understand in a way if we look at nature. Because one thing about Solomon, he knew everything, man. So he explained to you how, you know, the wind, the water, and the sun are a cycle. So how we are as well a product of the cycle, the spiritual cycle, man.
It's very to your class as well.
Huh?
It's very exciting to school.
Let's say what?
About the cycle,
Yeah.
The element.
Yeah, so those who come back, so do we. So do we go and come back? Put yourself, be like you're walking like the sun, west. Oh no, it's rising in the east, east, west, come back, east. You go, rise up from the heavenly realm, east, come to earth, die in the west, come back, rise in the east.
Yeah.
Simple.
Come in different bodies, aren't they?
Yes, but same spirit. Because the Bible says the spirit of the prophet is, the spirit of the process. I need to get it right. I'm not going to let anything slide today. Yeah, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. Meaning if you were a prophet before, you're going to have to come back a prophet. That's why the sun, the same sun that rises in the east, goes down in the west. It's the same sun that comes back to on the east. So how can you be a man and then, how can you rise as a man and then go down as a beef or as a cow? It doesn't make sense. Okay? The same person that dies will come back again, but in a different body, but the same spirit. Okay? So now, let's carry on. You will understand, don't worry. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes 1. Ecclesiastes 1, first chapter and verse 11. Okay? First chapter and verse 11, man. And we'll understand, that will explain to us why we don't know all of these things. You know, although we have deja vu. Have you ever heard of deja vu?
Yeah.
When you go to a place, it's like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if everything that which that was will be, so that means you was in England before. So you go and find yourself and say, yo, I live that thing again. So it might not be the same situation, but you've been there. You've been in that place before, man. No, yeah, even sometimes you don't drink, but you've been there before. On a deeper level, there are gates on this earth, and when you step to one gate, they bring you back to remembrance.
The bill. There's an awful line. The bill.
Right. Right. And that's what we're going to read now. Read it now. Ecclesiastes 1 and 11. That's what it tells you, man. But it tells you.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things.
There's no remembrance of former things. Now, let me ask you. Do you remember things you did when you were 7? When you were 5? 4? Well, you had a remembrance. I remember a thing when I was 3 and 4, man. I remember it, man.
Me too.
I remember a lot of it, in fact.
Yeah, little things I remember.
I can see my dog when I had dog when I was young. I had dog, man. Tupac. His name is Tupac. That's why I call him Tupac. But I didn't know that Tupac. I didn't know Tupac at that time. Yeah, Tupac, man. I remember his name. Okay?
Yeah.
I remember even the name of the what's his name? Because Ikem or something like that. He out of all the baby that he had, out of all the puppies, there was one that I loved. It was black. Tupac was a female. She was giving birth, man.
Oh, wow.
I've been there, man. My stepdad. Shout out to my stepdad, by the way. I've been there. He's the one who showed me the game. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, when they're not clean, you have to do this, you have to do that. You have to feed them. I remember that, man. So that's not talking about my life when I was young. That talked about former things, former life, former life, past life, past life. Okay, read that again.
Okay, let's go.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 11.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 11.
Bring that out.
There is no remembrance of former things.
There's no remembrance of former things, yeah?
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
Right, so when you die and you go to the spiritual realm, you don't remember what you did on earth, man. It's a new thing. When the baby comes to earth, he doesn't know. Well, he cried, though. He cried. When you read Job 3 and 11, it tells you why they cried. Because of the pain they're about to encounter. And the reason why we don't remember, because it's too painful. So you can't, if you remember, imagine if you remember your past life, man. Same thing you've been through. Some of us, the prophet been killed already. Some of the men who preach, they've been killed in past life by the Romans or by the enemies. So imagine that's pain, man. So the most I make it easy on you. When you come, you don't remember it. But your spirit will bear witness that you were a prophet. Because when you come, you will do the same thing that you did. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Alright? Yeah, carry on.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
Right.
With those that shall be, with those that shall come after.
Right. Okay? And let's show them another cycle. Let's show them the little cycle. Even as men, let's show them another cycle. Let's go to 2 Samuel 19 and 35. I'll show you a little cycle in our lives that takes place, that show reincarnation or regeneration for those of you who can receive.
19 verse
2 Samuel 19 verse 35.
40 or 30?
35. 35.
Yeah.
35.
30.
35.
Okay, this is 2 Samuel chapter 19 verse 35. I am this day 80 years old.
80 years, that means I'm 80 years old. Yeah? Is he 40? Yeah. I think so, yeah. I think one score is 20. Yeah, let's go.
And can I discern between good and evil?
Right, he can discern between good and evil, meaning he's been there been on earth for a long time, he learned his lesson. You know, he's wise, man. He's seen everything. Carry on.
Can thy servant taste what I eat?
Can thy servant taste what I eat? So that means he's tired. It means that, you know, when people get old, after a while, they become like babies again. So you were born like a baby. As you grow old, you become like a baby because you rely on people to help you just like you were a baby. Cycle of life. We get in there. Cycle of life. Carry on.
Can thy servant taste what I eat or what I drink?
Right.
Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women?
Right, so he's tired now. He gets tired. He's like a baby now. You have to give him food. You have to get up to go in our shower, take him to the toilet. You know, they're tired. Okay? Are you done?
No.
Come on.
Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my Lord.
See, to be a burden, so that means you becoming a burden, man. Carry on.
So wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my Lord the King.
See that? See? You're becoming a burden as you grow old, man. Become old, elderly, because you become like a baby. In need of everything. In need and want of everything. Cycle of life, you see? Cycle of life. Remember the term cycle. Meditate on that cycle of the nature, how the sun, how the water, and how the wind moves and operates, and now place yourself in that element and you understand that you come and go, come and go, come and go. Okay? But we're not done. We got more precept. Okay? Carry on, my lad. So go to John 1 and 3. Let's read, let's start at 1. John chapter 9. Let's start John chapter 9. Let's see. You know?
What, verse 3?
Let's start one.
This is John chapter 9 verse 1. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Right, so he saw a man, so the Yahweh John saw, he was Yahweh that saw a guy who was blind from his birth. So meaning like when he was born blind basically. Now ask yourself, can a blind man sing? Yeah. Can a blind man sin? Commit sin? Can a blind man commit sin? No, for you. Yeah, but was he born blind? Was he born blind? But that means he never sinned. You know why? Because unless after a while he got involved by certain things, by hearing things and thinking negative stuff, but he never seen like having sex with someone else's wife, eating unless someone he doesn't even see. You have to touch things, you have to meet people, you have to go to places for sin to be, sown in your life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Carry on, we will understand why I brought that precept.
Alright.
Read it. Talk.
Alright. John chapter 9 verse 1. And as Yahweh Shai passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. Verse 2. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin?
Master, who did sin?
Yeah.
So he's asked them how people know about reincarnation. So why will you ask that question? Why will that question even come in your mind? Say, who will sin? Especially with what you're going to reread it.
This man or his parents?
This man or his parents. So if someone was blind, he can't see, he can't commit sin. So why would they ask the question? Oh, swear of what? Why? Someone that's blind, unless he's getting something wicked and he's pissed off, then he's sinning. So his anger rightfully could say, "Don't do that to me." He has the right. When you shout at someone, it doesn't mean that you sin. The Bible says when you get angry, do not sin. It means that you can get angry, but it's what you do after the anger that is a sin. So he can be frustrated and everything, but doesn't mean that he sinned. So for the people to ask them, I asked Yahweh, did this guy sin? It means that talking about the past life, and we're going to explain that. Yeah, but he was asking, there's two questions that was asked. He said, is it him or his parent? You have to focus on him. So that's what I'm saying. Because if it's him and he's blind, that means he must have done something in his life for him to be in that situation. Which is the case in most cases. But in his case, he wasn't that. In his case, the Most High made him blind for the Most High, for Yahweh Shai to establish his word. So when he took off the blindness, he took off the blindness from him, people were like, oh, yeah, for a purpose. For the Most High, for Yahweh Shai ministry to be established. For people to believe that Yahweh Shai really came, to serve, came from Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? Right. But the question that was asked regarding him sinning is the one that we have to take, in context when it comes to reincarnation. Because they wouldn't ask the question unless they knew about reincarnation. So the question is, did he sin in his past life for him to be born blind? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 6.
Well, we're not going to finish John, though.
No, you can leave it. Because we made the point already. So you want to finish it? You can finish it. Well, you love reading.
Yeah.
I'll read verse 1. Just read verse 1 or 2.
Read that already?
Yeah, so that's it.
Cool.
Yeah? So go to Ecclesiastes 12 now. Go to Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. Just read that. 6 and 7.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. Verse 7.
Right.
Then shall the dust return to the earth.
Then shall the dust return to the earth, yeah?
As it was.
Right.
And the spirit shall return unto God, Yahweh.
So the spirit returned to Yahweh. So when you die, your spirit returned to who?
Yahweh.
Yahweh, man. And that as well kills the hell doctrine in Christianity. There's no such thing as hell, man. Hell is what we live on earth. Hell is the journey you go through on earth, man. That's what hell is. So we agree that the spirit goes to the Father, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to understand what happened after that. You have to get now the Apocrypha.
I'll finish it.
All right, finish it.
Verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
Right.
And the spirit shall return unto Yahweh.
And the spirit shall return unto Yahweh.
Who gave it?
Who gave it, man? So you see, give, come back.
Yeah.
Cycle, give, come back. Give, you come back. Give, you come back. Cycle. You see, even in that, you got the element, the principle of cycle, man.
Yeah.
You cannot get away from that. Okay? So now that we established that, we're gonna now understand what happened after your spirit is going back to the Creator, man.
Yeah.
When you're sent back to your Maker, what happened after that? We're gonna find out in the Apocrypha in 2nd Ezra 14 and 35, man. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 14 and 35. Second Ezra 14 and 35.
Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 14.
Right.
Verse 35.
No.
For after death shall the judgment come.
Right. So after death, so after your spirit was sent to your Father, judgment comes.
Yeah.
So you go over there, the Most High being the judge, he passes judgment based on your life.
Yeah.
Carry on.
When we shall live again.
When we shall live again. So he said, read it from the top again slowly, man. We need to get that. We need to get that, man.
In 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come.
For after your spirit descended to the Most High, right? After death, the judgment come, right? When does the judgment take place?
Huh?
When does the judgment take place?
December 4th.
I'm doing that for the lesson.
Yeah. When we shall live again.
When we shall live again. All right? So your judgment is on what? When do you live again? On earth. Carry on.
And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest.
And then shall the name of the righteous be manifest. Meaning, if you're a prophet, you will come back a prophet. If you're a righteous person, you will come back as a righteous person. All right? Carry on.
And the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
And the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Meaning, the Most High will pass judgment. So you might come blind because you did some wickedness to someone in the past. So the Most High is judging you, you're coming back blind. Or you're coming back, crippled. Or you're coming back in misery. Or you're coming back in a situation after a situation happened to you. You lose your father, you lose your mother, you lose your uncle, you lose everything for yourself in ghettos, in pain, in situation, prison. But that's your judgment.
Poverty, baby.
Poverty, baby. That's your judgment. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Right, you will get it. Don't worry. You will get it. Now, now that we read that, okay, we're going to talk about now wisdom of Solomon too. Because the brother, when we were having that conversation, he said, we know what we're talking about because we got precept that prove that reincarnation is not true. My brother, you understand that. Understanding is the most important things in life. Because you lacked understanding when he came to that. So go to wisdom, okay? Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, man.
Yo, William, you good? Good to see you, William.
And let's read, and I will prove to the brother that he made a mistake. Okay? I don't even know if you're gonna watch it. But whoever take that Wisdom of Solomon to prove that that reincarnation is a problem. Is a problem. Okay? So first of all, we're gonna read Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 5.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back to the first the first verse, and we're gonna read it on down, and people are gonna understand. That's why context. This Bible is a school, man. This truth is a school, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right. So let's read it now. Let's read 5. That's the precept that he broke. Let's read it.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth.
Right. So our time is a very shadow that passeth. Carry on.
Away.
Yeah.
And after our end, there is no returning.
Right. So after our end, there's no returning. Yeah. Right.
For it is fast sealed.
It's fast sealed. Carry on.
So that no man cometh again.
So no man cometh again. So he took that verse to say that, listen, at the end of the day, when you die, you don't come back. And when you read that, it makes sense, right?
Well, as yourself.
No, yeah, when you die, you don't come back.
Yeah.
He took that verse to tell me that reincarnation don't exist. When you die, you don't come back.
You know what the brother said?
That's what he said by reading this one.
Yeah.
Read that again so you can understand it. Please read that again so you can understand it.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away.
Right.
And after our end, there is no returning.
So he said after our end, there is no returning.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
For it is fast sealed,
For it is fast sealed,
so that no man cometh again.
so that no man cometh again. So that's what he used to say that we don't come back again.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the top. Let's read Wisdom of Solomon 2 from the first verse. And we're going to see
Well, context now, isn't it?
context. See? Man, I went and I sat down, I started to do my research. And I said, let me read that verse from the top. But I know about context. When I read a chapter, so like at the chapter to the verse, I'm like, oh. There is an error, mate. There is an error. Read it.
Well, chapter 2.
Yeah? Top, yeah.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, from the top, verse 1.
Read it slow and nicely, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the ungodly said,
For the so that is about the who? The ungodly speaking. So Wisdom of Solomon was teaching, he said, this is how the ungodly thinks, man. Read it.
okay, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves,
So the ungodly reasoning with themselves, yeah,
but not aright.
but not right. So they're having their philosophy,
Yeah.
but it's not right.
Yeah.
So it's about the ungodly think. That's the thought. That part is the thought of the ungodly.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Our life is short
Right.
and tedious.
Our life is short. That's the ungodly still speaking. Carry on.
Yeah. And in the death
Right.
of a man, there is no remedy.
Right. Meaning like there's no way to come back. There's no miracle in the death. Yeah, carry on.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
But hey, we know Yahweh Shai rose, and we know that before he did, that guy Lazarus, he rose back from the dead.
Yeah.
So that's the ungodly drinking his beer, you know, came back from the pub. All right, mate. And then come and say, no, that's, you know what I'm saying? And say, oh, when you die, you don't come back, mate. He's drunk, so he's chatting shit. All right? He's chatting doo-doo.
He's not thinking right.
He's not thinking it right. That's the thought of a crazy guy, a guy void of understanding, and that's what the brother took to convince me.
Okay.
Do you understand the context now?
I get it, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So brother need to get his spirit right before it's too late, man.
Yeah.
You see how you have to be, that's why you have to be, how the brother was teaching him one like that, in 1 second, he was out. It's not me, bro. I'm not the problem, bro.
But he left swiftly.
But he was being, you know, it was like, he took that verse and he said, we know what we're talking about because we got precept.
But context,
Yeah,
where it's coming from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you see that yourself? yourself?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You go uni, you're able to understand
I
that.
see it, bro. I see it. I get it.
He made a mistake, man. He didn't read it properly. That's what the Bible says. Blessed is he that read. When you read, you have to read in context, man.
Yeah.
Can't be reading something like that. Someone you went on, and that's the problem with these prophets. They go online and they study about any camp, but you gotta sit there yourself and learn.
Yeah.
Be humble. Come under. There's a reason why the Most High put you under me, man. I'm not bragging or nothing.
Yeah.
There is a reason, man.
Yeah.
Come on. No, but you wanted to be proud, but now look, we found the error, man. It's not too late. You can repent. You know what I mean? But you made a mistake on that one, man. Moving on. All right. So we established that one.
Quite a bit to take in.
Huh?
Quite a bit to take in.
Of course. Of course. It's normal. It's normal, man. But we're gonna carry on. Okay? Because that's the food, man. All right. That's the food. Okay. So that's how Esau think. Okay. That's how Esau think, and that's how some of our people think. YOLO, you only live once.
I don't believe that.
No, not you.
When I obviously on this earth and on this body, you only live once. Come back and as we just spoken about, you know what I'm saying? But even in college, the some first one, you only live once. And then my spirit never came in, my mind never came in. I know there's life after death, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's when we go back to the heavens or whether we come back to the earth.
Now let's carry on, man. Let's carry on. Okay, let's carry on. So let's go now to Revelation 14 and 13. Okay, Revelation 14 and 13, man. Be strong, man.
14 and 13.
Don't worry, you'll be rewarded for what you're doing. If you persevere. Because you could be doing the work and one day you're out, man. But what can you do if you don't believe in reincarnation, knowing that you made a mistake? The Most High ain't taking you serious because the Most High is serious about sound doctrine. But if you don't believe in reincarnation, you won't believe in a lot of things. You know?
You gotta have an open mind.
Reincarnation is very connected to a lot of things in this truth, man.
Yeah.
But you gotta be careful, the Most High bug you out, baby.
Remember what Tupac said? One of his songs.
Yeah, my only fear is death is coming back reincarnated. Even them knew about this thing, man. It's about life, man. Now let's read Revelation 14 and 13. That will let us know about reincarnation, man.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 13.
Nada.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me,
Right.
Right? Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord.
Right. Blessed are the dead who died in the Lord. Yeah, carry on.
From henceforth.
Right.
Yea, saith the Spirit,
Right.
that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them.
You see, their work to follow them. Now, yes, it's true that right now we be the last generation, because after that Yahweh shall come back, okay, and then our life will be manifested where? In the kingdom.
Yeah.
But that was written 2,000 years ago. So people came back. From the time John spoke about that, he said that the workers, the servant, their works follow them. So that means when you die, you come back and whatever you did in your past will follow you, man. You understand what I'm saying? Your work you follow, your word follows you, okay, though you rest in the spirit realm. Okay? Let's go to Job. No, we read that one already. Yeah. Let's go to Sirach, Sirach 14, 17 and 18. Sirach 14, 17 and 18. Okay? Yeah. Yahweh is forever faithful, man. Forever faithful. Sirach 14, 17 and 18. Bring that out. It's Ecclesiasticus now. It says, because Sirach, you got Ecclesiasticus. That's the Greek pronunciation terminology for Sirach.
Oh, Sirach.
Sirach. Not Sirach, repeating.
What? Uh-huh.
Sirach. S-I-R-A-C-H. Sirach. So you go to 14.
Ecclesiasticus. Sirach.
Ecclesiasticus.
Plus. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus. Sirach is Ecclesiasticus. Or whatever.
14. 14, 17.
17 to 18.
Yeah.
There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse what?
17.
Verse 17.
18.
All flesh waxeth old.
Right, all flesh, like we read in 2 Samuel 19 and 35, carry on. All flesh waxeth old, yeah?
As a garment,
Yeah, carry on.
for the covenant from the beginning
Yeah,
is,
right,
thou shalt die
Uh-huh.
the death.
right,
Verse 18.
uh-huh.
As of the green leaves on a fig tree,
That's right,
some fall
uh-huh.
and some grow.
Right, so you see, the same thing again, cycle. You see, the cycle of life, man. You die, you come back, okay? You die, you come back. Cycle of life. You die, you come back. All right. Now we're gonna show. Carry on, my life.
So is the generation of flesh and blood.
See, so is the generation of flesh and blood.
One cometh to an end,
One cometh to an end.
and another is born.
Right. So when he say one cometh to an end and another is born, this is like figurative speech. We're gonna understand that.
Right.
Now we're gonna understand the generation it talks about. You know, how long does it take when you die to come back on earth? We're gonna understand that. We're gonna teach you, you know, the literature of this Bible, man. Okay, so go to Exodus 20 and read 5, verse 5. Exodus 20 and 5. Exodus 20 and 5. Exodus 20 and 5.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 5.
No.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself
Right.
to them, nor serve them.
That's talking about, you know, the idols. Carry on.
For I, the Lord thy God,
Right?
am a jealous God.
Right, so Yahweh is a jealous God, meaning he doesn't want you to go to idols and that, because he knows they're going to destroy you again. So he's protecting you.
Yeah.
He's overprotecting you. So that making a jealous God. Not jealousy that make people die, like the jealousy that we know here. Jealousy, it's a righteous jealousy, basically.
Of course.
You know, carry on.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers
Visiting the iniquity of the father, carry on.
upon the children,
Upon the children, carry on.
unto the third and fourth generation
Unto the third and fourth generation, you see?
Yeah.
Third and fourth generation, carry on.
of them that hate me.
Right. So now it say visiting the fathers on it, but now we're gonna read you a verse. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy. Yeah? Deuteronomy
Yeah.
24:16. Deuteronomy 24:16, man. It's gonna explain what it means. Because the Bible is not confusion, you know. The Bible is never confusion, but it's the understanding that makes the difference. Okay?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 16, right? Verse 16. The father shall not be put to death
See, the father shall not be put to death
for the children.
for the children. So that means there's no such thing as, oh, you dying because of the sin of your parent. That's not understanding. That's you. Carry on. Carry on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Carry on.
Neither shall the children be put to death for their fathers.
Neither shall the children be put to death, okay, for the sin of the father. Carry on.
Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. So when you bring now Exodus 20 and 5, he said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. It means, and then you link it up to Deuteronomy 24 and 16, which we just read. It means that when you die, you go to the spiritual realm, you stay there for 3 to 4 generations, then you come back on earth. So every 4 generation, you come back to earth. Do you understand? Every 4 generation, you come back to earth, man. Do you understand that? Please, do you understand? So now that you understand, we can move on. We can move on. All right? So now, let's go to Matthew 16 and 28. Matthew 16 and 28.
16.
Yeah, Matthew 16 and 28.
Okay. Very last. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 28.
Bring that out, bring that out.
Verily I say unto you,
Verily I say unto you,
there be some standing here
there be some standing here
which shall not taste of death.
who shall not taste of death. Now to think about it. When Yahweh was saying that was 2,000 years ago, man. So all of the apostles and everything, they died. But read it again. Take your time, read it again. I want you to understand first, man.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 28. Verily I say unto you,
Verily I say unto you,
there be some standing here which shall not taste of death.
there be standing there who shall not taste of death. But my question is this. He was talking to the apostle mainly, right?
Yeah.
They died or no?
Yeah.
They died. But what will he say? There are some of you standing here at that time, 2,000 years ago, who shall not taste of death if they actually died.
That's what I'm saying.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
But dying. It's the first place, though.
They died in the first place, but then they explain what? Reincarnation. They're going to come back and they won't taste of death. Meaning, because you have to understand, the Bible says that when Yahweh shall come, we will be transformed. That's, I believe, 2 Thessalonians or 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16, who say that when Yahweh shall come back, the elect, they'll be transformed. Their body will be an eternal body. So that's what he's talking about. So read that again one more time so we can understand. I want you to get that.
This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 28. Verily I say unto you,
Right.
there be some standing here.
There be some, we're talking to them, what, 2,000 years ago, right? There be some of you standing here, right?
Which shall not taste of death.
You shall not taste of death. So that means you won't, they won't see death. But the problem is, they died.
Let me finish it though.
Yeah, carry on.
So they see the Son of Man coming in his
So
kingdom.
they see the man of God.
That's why I need to understand the
Right. You're right. So now you understand it now that it's talking about them coming back, and when Yahweh shall return, their body will be transformed and they will live eternally.
But I thought that it says here, we shall not taste death.
Yeah.
I think it's prophetically talking about people in the last days. Like when the shall come,
Yeah, of course.
they're going to be like,
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? They don't taste death, they're
right.
straight to new life. You get it?
Right, but then he said, there's some of you that's standing here.
I thought it meant prophetically for the future.
No, he says some of, yeah, it says that, but you have to take into account those who are standing here.
Around here.
They died. They died. For the only for them, if they don't come back, if they don't come back, how would they not taste death if they don't come back? Let's say they died, right? And according to the proverb, right, they don't come back. That means how would they not taste death?
What are you trying to say, y'all?
have to be focused.
I'm trying to focus.
I say, if, according to the brother, when you die, you don't come back.
Yeah.
Why would the Most High say, how would they be able not to taste death? Because he said, there are some of you that standing there that will not taste death. But the thing is, they died. You all know that they got killed. So if they're not coming back, how will they not taste death? No, if they're not coming back in regeneration or through reincarnation, how would they not be tasting death? In order for them not to taste death, meaning to get that glorious body, they have to come back. Where's that coming back called? Reincarnation. You will get it. Don't worry. Because this is a very, you will get it. I'm taking my time with you. You will get it.
Trying to think common sense.
Yes.
Don't complicate.
Right. All right?
Yeah, I get it from, yeah.
And that's why I wish I explained that furthermore, man, in Matthew 19 and 28. Yeah, Matthew 19 and 28. The demons, man. You know, but before we carry on, now read it and I will read Matthew 19 and 28.
Where do you work?
My brother, please read it to you.
Yeah.
Read Matthew 19 and 28.
This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 28.
Right.
And Yahweh said unto them, Verily I say unto you,
Right.
that ye which have followed me in the regeneration.
In regeneration. Now, let's explain what the regeneration is, okay? So regeneration, that's from the etymology. So now we go to the etymology of the term regeneration. Say regeneration, regenerating or regenerating, producing a new, originally spiritual, also of the resurrection, from Old French régénération, and directly from late Latin regenerationem, okay? And being born again, okay? Noun of action from past participle stem of Latin regenerate, make over, generate again, from again, okay? Bring forth, begets. All right, so coming back in the body, reincarnate, the carnate, which is the body, reincarnate, meaning to come back again in a body. So read that. So you will say, those who follow me in the regeneration, meaning those who will be reincarnated again in this time when I come. Read it.
What, 28 from the top?
28, 19 and 28, 28 on the top.
It's Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. And Yahweh said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Right, so they that follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall return. So those of you who will be here when I come back, that's what it means.
Shall sit in the front of his glory.
Right. Shall see. So exactly. So you will come back, you will do your work, and then you will be taken, and you will be in the kingdom. And you will sit on the throne, man. You also, by the 12 apostles. So that's a proof that the 12 apostles are back here today. They're back here in another body, but we don't know who they are. The Bible says there's no remembrance of former things. So they don't know who they are. Exactly. Then we don't know who we are, man. Okay?
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones.
Right.
Judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. Okay? Now let's go to Revelation 1 and 7. So my disciple, when they come back, so they're here today doing the work. So when he come back and he establish everything, they will be ruling with him in the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying?
Across the
the 144, everything. We'll be ruling.
Okay? We'll be bosses. So this is
Not
important.
that we're not bosses already, but
No, but yeah, but we know it's not manifested right now.
big time, bro.
Over there it's gonna be big time, bro. The queen ain't got nothing on us. To be honest with you. All these rich people, they got nothing on us. Okay, we go, like literally gold. Okay? That's right. So if your street is paved with gold, who are you? Come on, man. The elite, the ruling, but that street is not paved in gold. It's this one, concrete jungle, man.
Yeah, concrete jungle, for real.
Okay? We're talking about the gold, man. Alright? And then the lot of gold out there will find, I think, in Uganda. And it goes to show that a lot of stone, a few, that's for us, you know. That's for the Most High is showing us something. The kingdom is a real thing, man.
Of course.
Real thing. Alright? So now let's go to Revelation 1 and 7. I think we're almost done, man. Almost done. I know it's not easy, man. That's work, but it's gonna be done. You know?
Revelation, yeah?
Yes. Revelation 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7.
Right.
Behold, he cometh with clouds,
Right.
and every eye shall see him.
Right. It comes up from cloud, and every eye shall see him, man. So Yahweh is coming back with a chariot, man. And every world will see him. Carry on.
And they also which pierced him.
And there also will pierced him. Who pierced him?
Romans. So,
Back in time.
Yeah.
But the Bible says what?
and all kindreds of the earth.
Now read that back again. And those who pierced him.
Sorry. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth.
So them who pierced him, which are the Roman, they will see him. If they're already dead and they're not coming back, how are they gonna see him? No, there's no rise for them in the grave. The only people who let me read it to you, so you can understand. Yeah. These are the only people that will rise from the grave. Yeah, for the resurrection. Yeah, that's what you can understand. Yeah. Look, resurrection is only the elect that will benefit from the resurrection. Yeah, resurrection, it means the glorious state of an Hebrew Israelite to eternity, so from mortality to immortality. That's what resurrection is. So when Yahweh resurrected, he became glorious. He took on that immortal body.
Heavenly body.
Yeah. Not everybody not everybody will find that resurrection. I'll read that before I go to the next one. Let me show you that. But go to 2 Maccabees 7 and 14. Go to 2 Maccabees, I'll show you. 2 Maccabees 7 and 14. Let's see, 2 Maccabees 7 and 14. Read that. You will understand that the other nation don't take part in no resurrection. And only us.
14, yeah?
2 Maccabees 7 and 14.
I'll read it out.
Read that out.
This is 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 14.
That out.
So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men,
Right?
to look for hope from Yahweh,
Right.
to be raised up again by him.
You see, that's us. We raising up. See, explain it. You die and you're gonna be raised up again. Coming on.
As for thee,
the name of that guy is Antiochus. Antiochus is the one that used to. Antiochus is the one, the Greek that used to persecute our people. They took over us in the Greek time. So one of the guys that was dying, there was 7 brothers that was getting killed because they wanted them to eat pork. I said, we don't eat pork. So they was getting killed. So one of the brothers said that before he died. Read it.
as for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection.
As for thee, there shall not no what?
No resurrection to life.
No resurrection to life. Man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there will be no resurrection to life. Now let me show you something. 3 Thessalonians 4 and 16 say, for the Lord Yahweh himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, now with a chariot, and he say, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, And the dead in Christ shall rise first.
Dead in Christ. Those who believe in Christ are dying.
Huh?
Those who follow Christ are dying.
Those who follow the Yahushua, the Mashiach, will die. Who have died in his truth.
Yeah.
When Yahushua return,
Yeah,
they will rise. They will get the body. They'll be caught up in the body. Now there's a glorious body that can. I will show you that quickly.
Yeah, I heard about
That's 1 Corinthians 15. Before we carry on, it's for your own, for you to read for.
the abomination, there must be this.
Of course. Look, it says, verse 50 says, verse 1 Corinthians 15 and 50 says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Neither does corruption inherit in corruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
So, what?
We shall all be changed.
Change.
Yes. We shall all be changed.
Yeah.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we will become immortal. Do you understand? That's the resurrection. Alright? So let's carry on. And actually understand that. Let's carry on. Let's go to John 10 and 27. Let's go to John 10 and 20. We're almost done, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's go to John 10 and 27.
Okay. This is John chapter 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice,
My sheep hear my voice,
and I know them,
and I know them,
and they follow me.
right, and they follow me. So go now to, and just bear in mind, we go to 2 Peter 3 and 1. Go to 2 Peter 3. We won't understand what that means. You know, that means we always heard Yahushua back in time.
Yeah.
So when we heard him coming back now through reincarnation, we heard him now, we immediately recognized that voice, man. Oh, that's him talking to us. We heard it before, and then 2 Peter 3 and 1 will prove it. So read it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Bring that out.
This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure mind.
Right, stir up your pure mind. When we were in our right mind before we came into captivity, carry on.
By way of remembrance.
By way of remembrance.
Yeah.
So that means we heard it before.
Yeah.
Because you never heard that real gospel. You went to church everything, but you never heard that real gospel. You only heard it when you came in the truth. But it clicked with you. That why? Because you back in time in your past life, you heard that, you walked like a righteous man, and when you came in this truth, boom, everything came back by way of remembrance. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on. Let's move on. Read Malachi 3 and 16. The book of remembrance, man. Hey, this truth is spiritual. You have to thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushai if you can remember. You can remember this thing, man.
Malachi what?
3 and 16.
Okay, this is Malachi chapter 3, verse 16.
No.
The day that feared the Lord spoke often one to another,
Right.
and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance
And the book of remembrance of reading, man.
was written before him for them that feared the Lord.
Right. See that? So the truth will always be in our system. See? This knowledge has always been in our system. And when we came back to slavery, we lost it. But the one who were ordained to receive that truth came by way of remembering. When you read it, something clicked in your spirit. Boom, yes. It's like you heard it before. But since you don't know by your former life, you don't know what it will say. I heard it before, man. Okay? I heard this thing before.
And that thought upon his name.
Right. Right, so now let's read Matthew 16, 13 and 14. Matthew 16, 13 and 14.
Okay, this is Matthew chapter 16, verse 13. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Whom do men say that I?"
See, who do men say that?
I, the Son of Man, am.
So who do men say that I, the Son of God, am? Come on.
Verse 14. And they said,
right?
Some say that verse 14. And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist.
See? Some say that thou art John the Baptist. So let's talk about reincarnation already.
Some Elias.
You see, Elias, carry on.
And others Jeremiah.
See? So if they didn't believe in reincarnation, what will I say when they were asked, who do you think Yahushua is? Oh, we think that's Jeremiah. Jeremiah is dead long time ago. That's because they have the understanding on reincarnation. They knew that prophet came back. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Spirit, right? Spirit.
So now let's go. Now that that's understood.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, carry on.
Or one of the prophets.
Or one of the prophets came back. You understand what I'm saying?
Not the physical. Maybe the brothers.
No.
Yeah, it's like maybe the brothers that thought like reincarnation, the physical. I'm not talking about reincarnation, the spirit.
Yeah. No, we're talking about reincarnation in the physical.
No, but when it says some say that.
So meaning some say that Jeremiah returned to earth. Through another body. I told you, you come with another body. You see what I'm saying? You take on another body, but it's the same spirit. That's manifested on earth. You get that? One way, you get it. You get it.
Like 70.
Yes, that's good. All right, Matthew 17 now. Matthew 17, 10 to 13. Almost there.
Matthew what?
Matthew 17, 10 to 13.
Okay, this is Matthew chapter 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come?
Right, Elijah. See, Elijah.
Verse 11. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things. Verse 12. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already.
He's come already. Carry on. Read it.
And they knew him not.
And they knew him not. That's why. Why? Because when people come back, you don't know who they are. Because there's no remembrance on former things. It's not written on him. Oh, that's Elijah. That's Daniel. That's Jeremiah. You understand what I'm saying?
Most High knows, right?
Yes. But Yahushua knew too. Read it, you will understand it.
Verse 12. But I say unto you that Elijah is already come. And they knew him not. But have done unto him whatsoever they listed.
Right.
Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Right. Carry on.
Verse 13. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
Same up to them of John the Baptist. So in other words, John the Baptist is who? Was who at that time? He came back as who? Elijah.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
Yes. He came back as Elijah. That's what he was saying. Okay? So he said that Elijah has already come back, but no one knew he was. He came to prepare the way, man. Now, we're going to show you how he came to prepare the way. There was a prophecy
on that, which is in Malachi 3 and 1. I want you to read Malachi 3 and 1. That prophecy was already fulfilled. That for John the Baptist coming back. Okay?
Okay, this is Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger,
Right.
and he shall prepare the way before me.
Right. So that's Yahushua talking. He shall prophetically. He's talking through Malachi. So Malachi is saying Yahushua will come, but there will be someone that will prepare. If we look at the ministry of John the Baptist, what did he do? He prepared the way for Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? You got more?
And he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple.
Right.
Even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts.
Right. So he came. John the Baptist came. Now go to Malachi 4 and 5. And you understand that Malachi and John the Baptist came again in our generation.
Our generation?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We gotta explain that. It's important for you to know that, man. That's spiritual truth. He came again in our generation, man. He did his ministry in the 1970s. He died later. Yeah, he died after. His name is Abba Bivens. Yeah, because Abba Bivens, Ivan has a book.
Was he African?
No, he was like an American. The Bible says that the 10th of Judah was going to wake up first, then the other nation. So who woke up first? Judah in America. But they were brought into the captivity, and they woke us all up. Okay? So he came, okay, as Abba Bivens. That's what I'm saying? Why? Because Abba Bivens was the one who brought this truth. If it was for Abba Bivens, he wouldn't know that because he was part of the covenant keepers who believe only in the Torah. But the Most High opened his eyes for him to believe in the whole book, which is the Torah and the New Testament. The New Testament has all these prophecies too that are manifesting. So he came and he was the one that actually broke this truth and broke down the world like we know it today. The Most High put the Spirit on him. Yes, and Elijah, which was John the Baptist and Abba Bivens, the Spirit that he has, every prophet has a Spirit. The Spirit, when they come back, when they do like, they clear the way for the truth. The first time he came, he cleared the way for who? For Yahushua, which is the word. The second time, he cleared the way for Yahushua that's returning. He allowed us to know about the truth. To come back to everything. That's what he's going to read. Okay? Malachi 4 and 5. That's if you can receive it. But it's not for everyone.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 5. Behold, I will send Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Right. See that? I will send Elijah before the coming the dreadful day of the Lord. Carry on. Carry on. Elijah.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And he shall turn the heart
of the fathers
to the children.
Meaning the children now would know who the father. We didn't know who we were in slavery. We didn't know. We could have said niggers, black American, but no, we know. Guess what? Now we know that we're the Israelites.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
And the heart of the children to their fathers.
And the heart of the children to their fathers, man. So meaning you can now come back and read your fathers is the knowledge, the Bible, the understanding. Because they have fathers written of the truth in the Bible. So once you read the Bible, you get connected with the ancients. The knowledge. Okay? And the guy who did that is Abba Bivens. Right. Don't worry, I will give you, I have it, if you read. If you read, I can give you.
Least I come and smile.
Right.
So
smite.
Right. Least I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Right. So Yahushua returning, before his return, he brought Elijah again as Abba Bivens this time for us to know the truth. That's if people can receive it. Alright?
Yeah.
Now, let's go now to let's show you something, man. Let's show you something. Go to Go to Numbers. I didn't want to bring that out. I even got a few things that I'm keeping. But go to Numbers 24 and 16. Even a non-Israelite say that he was going to see Yahushua, man. And that non-Israelite is here today. It's in the Bible, man. Let's go. Numbers 24 and 16.
This is Numbers 24, verse 16. He have said,
Right.
which heard the words of Yahweh, and knew the knowledge of the Most High,
Right.
which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance,
Right.
by having his eyes open.
And that's Balaam. That's Balaam. Balaam was a non-Israelite, like a soothsayer, a wizard. Okay, a wizard. You know them false prophet, them wizard.
Yeah.
That them people that work with spirit. Well, the Most High allowed him to see something. Read it. The Most High allowed him to see Yahushua, man.
Verse 17.
Yeah, read it. Carry on.
Verse 17. I shall see him.
I shall see him.
Okay.
Carry on.
But not now.
Not now. So he's saying that I'm not seeing him now, but I shall see him. Carry on.
I shall behold him.
Meaning I shall see him. It's the same thing. Carry on.
But not nigh.
But not night. Yeah.
There shall come a star
There shall come a star
out of Jacob.
out of Jacob. Who is that star? Carry on. Yeah, that's him. Carry on.
And the scepter shall rise out of
And
Israel.
the scepter. We have the scepter, the kingship. Yahushua. Carry on.
And shall smite the corners of
And
Moab.
they smart the corners of Moab. We're going to take them down. We're going to take the Chinese down, the Japanese
Moab?
down, and the Chinese.
Oh, swear down.
We're going to take the Chinese down. We're going to take the Arab down. We're going to take the Caucasian down. We're going to take him down, and we're going to have the kingdom. We the next ruler. That's what he's talking about. So he saw Yahushua coming back, and he said, I will see him. Not now, but I will see him when he returns. That means Balaam, he's here. He's here. And he's a non-Israelite, and he's so. So that means reincarnation is real. Now, we're going to give you, carry on.
And destroy all the children of Sheth.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, I didn't even give you the whole thing, but it's okay. Second Ezra 16 and 7. We're almost done, man. Yes, yes. I know, man. That's the work, man. Hey, the work. You gotta work hard, man, to get money. You know, that's the money, man. The spiritual money. We're gonna have crown. We're gonna reign forever, man. Don't you want that? Come on, man.
Currency, man. Currency.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Trust me.
What chapter?
Yeah, second Ezra 16 and 16. 16 I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I'm there.
Is it 15 or 16? Yeah, that's it. 16 and
Yeah, wait.
no 15. No 16 and 16 and 16.
16.
Yeah.
It's the second Ezra. Chapter 16.
Right.
Verse what? 16. 16.
Right.
Like an arrow.
17.
Something. The second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me.
Say, woe is me.
Woe is me.
Woe is me, man.
He will deliver me.
Who will deliver me?
So, who
Yeah.
will deliver me
Yeah.
in those days?
Yeah. Now we're gonna prove to you that those days talking about today. Let's go to verse 13 right there.
13.
13 right there.
This is the second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 13.
Nada.
For strong is the right hand
Yeah.
that bendeth the bow.
For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. Carry on.
His arrows
His arrow
that he shooteth
that he shooteth
are sharp
are sharp
and shall not miss.
and shall not miss.
When they begin
When they begin
to be shot
to be shot,
to the ends of the world.
end of the world. Now, can you,
World.
can the world,
Yeah,
can
world.
you shoot an arrow and can you shoot an arrow from here to America?
What's that?
So where's that arrow? The missile.
Yeah.
The missile. That's about war, man.
Hopefully not nukes
Missile.
though.
The nukes.
Hopefully not.
The nukes.
That will kill everybody.
The nukes.
Once one nation does it, the rest of them will.
When they call destroyed, then the Most High will take us off this place. Be safe.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about the future. So Ezra is here today, and he's one of them came preaching, man. All right. Now let's go to Job 19 and 25. That's after that we got one more and that's it. 19 and 25, man. If you don't get it, that means it wasn't for you, man. I took my time like a teacher, and I want an introduction about the cycle so you can understand. I kind of compare it, not talking about children, but in general.
Yeah.
Compare the man with nature, all right, him coming from nature to understand how the Most High operate both nature and man. I did it like a teacher, man. So if you don't understand it, let me speak for you, man. You know, take your time, take note, think. All right? Think some yayan, think of yayan. Sit down, put some classical music, and think, meditate upon that, man. You shall get it. Yes.
What verse?
Job 19 and 25.
Okay, this is Job chapter 19, verse 25.
Right.
But I know that my Redeemer liveth,
And I know that my Redeemer liveth,
and that he shall stand at the latter day
right, and you shall stand at the latter day,
upon the earth.
upon the earth, carry on.
Verse 26. And though after my skin warms destroyed,
Meaning, and after I'm dead, I'm buried, carry on.
and though after my skin warms, chapter 26. And though after my skin worms destroy this body,
Yeah?
yet in my flesh shall I see God.
Yet in
Yahweh.
my flesh I'll see Yahweh Shai. So that's my Redeemer. The Redeemer is Yahweh Shai. So that means he will have to be there again. So Job is amongst us. So he said, I shall see my Redeemer. Even though I die and I'm buried, my flesh will see him again. So I mean, you will have to be on earth. Where is the place where that natural flesh is? On earth. So you will see him again, meaning you will see Yahweh shall return. So Job is on earth doing the work, man. All right? Now, last verse. Let's go to Daniel 12 and 13. Daniel 12 and 13. That's the last verse. You know? I have a few more verses that I can bring, but I'll leave that. Oh, I have another one. Yeah, I have another one. I have two more. Bring that one.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 13. But go down thy way to the end till the end be. But thou shalt rest
That's me that shall die
and stand in
and stand in thy lot.
lot.
Meaning you will live again in your lot, being a prophet. Carry on doing the work
At the end of the days.
at the end of the day. So Daniel is among us. Alright? Daniel is among us. Then go to 2 Samuel 7 and start at 12. We're gonna prove something quickly. We're gonna show to you that Yahweh Shai was King Solomon.
2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 12.
2 Samuel chapter 7.
Verse 12.
Yeah, what does it say? Yeah, bring that.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of the bowels. So, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
So obviously that talks about what the promise was given. If you read up Psalm 132, it shows you that obviously Yahweh Shai is the one that will take hold, that will control, that will take hold. All right, carry on. That will be the king.
Verse 13. Verse 13. You shall build a house for my name,
You shall build a house for my name,
and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
right? But that's to understand. That's Solomon, right?
Solomon.
That's Solomon. But the thing about it is, Solomon had his kingdom for only 40 years. But he said he should establish his throne forever. So that's not Solomon, that's Yahweh Shai. So that's a prophecy to show you that Solomon was Yahweh Shai, but we're going to prove it furthermore. Carry on.
Verse 14. I will be his father,
I'll be his father,
and he shall be my son.
and he shall be my son.
If he commit iniquity,
If he commit iniquity,
I will chasten him
I will chasten him
with the rod of men.
with the rod of men. Now, if you know the history, okay, of King Solomon, King Solomon didn't suffer like that, you know. The only thing that happened after his death is the split of the kingdom. So King Solomon didn't suffer, man. Okay, he didn't suffer. But the Bible says that if he commit iniquity, now can I ask you a question? Did Solomon commit iniquity?
That's a good question. I don't know.
He did, man. Because what happened is that after his death, right before he died, he went and and worshipped other idols, man.
Oh, swear down. Finish it off.
He went and worshipped other idols. You know?
I'm with the stripes of the children of men.
Right, so the stripes of the children of men, all right, means that, you know, that was like when he died at the cross. Now, who died at the cross? Yahushua. Now, I'm looking for one last verse to prove to you, okay, that it was him that was talking about me. Okay. Go to Hebrew 7 and 27. Hebrew 7 and 27. We're going to put that to rest. Because if you don't understand that, I'm going to connect 2 Samuel 7, 12 to 13 and 14. I'm going to connect that to that verse. We're going to see that, when Yahushua, because like I say, first of all, Yahushua, Solomon didn't reign forever. He reigned for only 40 years. And also, when you commit iniquity, he didn't pay for that. So obviously, we all know that people come back. Your word follows you, like Revelation 14 and 13 says. So when he had to come back to pay for his sin, and he came back as Yahushua, we're going to prove it. Hebrews 7 and 25. 27.
It's Hebrews chapter 7, verse 27. Who needeth not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice for his
First,
for his own sin.
you see that? So Yahushua said, no, Yahushua didn't sin when he was alive, as Yahushua didn't sin. So what would he say? First for his own sins.
For the priests, they offered up sacrifice first for their sins, then for the sins of Israel.
For such an high priest became, so he's talking about Yahushua.
Yeah.
So you're giving an example of, yes, the priest, he give first for his sin and then for his sin. But that was like a figurative speech or a comparison, speech to explain how Yahushua did that in the spiritual realm. So he says here, in verse 26, for such an high priest became us. No, I'm just giving it. I'm explaining to you the context of 27. Verse 26 explaining, I say, for such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, and undefiled, separate from the sinners. Right? So he's talking about who? Yahushua. Now read 27. That's talking about Yahushua, because the brother told me, that's about the high priest. He didn't understand it. You need to be humble and stay under a man that will teach you. But brother don't understand. Israel don't understand. Israel will be proud. You're going to miss a lot of things, man. You're going to miss a lot of things. Okay? Read 27,
Hebrews chapter 27, verse 27. Who needeth not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once, when he offered up himself.
Right, so first, he died for, read that again from the top.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 27. Who needeth not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sin.
First for his own sin. But the problem is, he didn't sin when he was Yahushua. So that means when you read 2 Samuel 7, you understand who he was talking about. He came as Solomon, King Solomon, man. Yes.
you don't understand. I think it's too high for you right now.
I get it.
Because when you read 2 Samuel and 7, that's what we read it. He explained to you about someone that was going to come to take over Israel and have a scepter forever. But he seems to be talking about Solomon, which was the king, because that was Samuel talking about that, talking to King David. Say, when you die, your son will take over. But it was like double talk, spiritual talk, prophetic talk. So you say your son, but the thing about it, he said he will rule forever. But the thing is, King Solomon ruled only for 4 years. So that one was talking about talking about Yahweh Shai, because in the prophecy it was said that through David was going to come a king that was going to rule forever. That's Yahweh Shai. So when you go now to Hebrews 7:25, it tells you that he sacrificed first for his sin, because Solomon sinned.
Okay. I get it now. Iniquity, innit?
Yeah, so he's sealed for his iniquity.
They worship idols.
And then, yes, with his other woman. And then for Israel. So with that, we hope you were edified. Okay, we will give you a big shalom, and by the grace of Yahweh, you know, Yahweh Rakizah. Okay, we'll be back next week. All right, so we'll thank you. We'll eat. We'll give our praises. Yahweh, Baruch, Yahweh Shai, Babylon is falling, man. Hey, sound doctrine, please. Sound doctrine. Shalom.